Hello and happy Monday. It is Memorial Day, so let's come in and have some beautiful moments together this morning on Morning Cuppa. I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to share this, so hopefully you'll do the same. First, you have to find it. That can be a challenge sometimes, is finding the cuppa, but it's here, so all right, let me see where it's at. Oops. Okay. It has been found. It has been shared. So we have Kelly. Good morning, Kelly. I'm so glad you found us. And Darlene, where have you been? We've missed you. Happy Memorial Day to you too, sweetheart. Thank you for coming in here this morning. All right, so I've shared it out. I'm hoping that others are sharing it out. And now I have to sneeze. The sun's coming up. And the sun, sometimes in the morning, makes me sneeze when I see it up there. Good morning, Deirdre. Darlene, you're off to do yoga. Well, I hope you enjoy that session, and thank you for coming in to say hello. Hello, Mary Crincoli. Thank you for sharing, all of you who are letting others know that we are on, so you can come in here and enjoy a cuppa with us. Thank you, Deirdre. All right, so let's see what we got going today. What's everybody's plans? Anybody got anything special that you're doing? Hi, Kim. Thank you for being here. So I have been invited out this morning to listen to a friend who is in a band, and we have a big event here in the area called the Boulder, and it's a marathon. I'm not going to run the marathon. I'm not even going to attempt to walk the marathon, but I may go support my friend who is playing in the band. It's actually Susie Koff's husband, Richard. Good morning, Kathy Hand. Good morning, Pat Moss. Kathy, are you off today? I hope you have the day off work. And Pat, I saw your message. Did you find your keys? Archangel Samuel and St. Anthony. That's the ones to call on to help you find your car keys. Just tell them that they're missing and they need to be found, and they'll be right on it. Kim, you're building a fire and cooking out and sitting in the dark around the fire. I love that. Okay, let's do some heart brain. Breathe into your heart center. When you touch your heart, it brings your focus right there. And then add in the love. Excuse me. So breathe in, touch your heart center, add in love, and hug somebody. Give them a big old heart hug. Tell them that you love them, and do some affirmations. Good morning, Annie. I am enough. I am worthy. Miracles happen every day. Opportunities show up everywhere. I am healthy. I am happy. I am a spark of the divine. I am abundant. And I love myself. That's for Miss Brandy. I haven't seen her in here yet, but I love that she adds that in with her affirmations. So I do that every day now as well. So cheers to everybody on this beautiful Manifesting Monday. That was day 442 of saying our affirmations together. It's actually a little warm in here this morning. I think with the sun coming up, it's heating up the house. And it's actually like 10 degrees warmer than it normally is this time of day. So I think it's going to be a hot one for those marathon runners and riders and walkers. Yes, Kathy, you are so right. Linda has the gift of remote viewing. So many times she has helped me out and she's helped my friends out. So you might want to call on Linda, but definitely call on Archangel Chamuel and Saint Anthony. That's the pair working together, and they find whatever the misplaced item is. It's not missing, it's there. It just needs to be uncovered, right? Andrea Gregg has arrived. Good morning. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see the house full this morning. And you know, when y'all come in to Cuppa, I just envision a round table and we're all just sitting here talking. And that's what it feels like when I look out and see those names. Kathleen Caputo, oh my gosh, yay, Mama Hot Bear in the house. Annie, you've had rain for days. We did for days. And then it let up. Okay, don't know what this tickle is in my throat. But it needs to stop. Kathy, you've been foggy and wet, but will be warmer today up to 77. I haven't looked to see what the weather is supposed to be, except there's no rain in the forecast. But it is already a bright, bright, sunshiny day. There's a song like that, right? It's a bright, bright, sunshiny day. All right, so who is manifesting something? Who has a dream? Anybody have something, anything at all, something that you have not yet seen come to fruition, but you have it up here. You've already formulated it. You've already said, you know what? I would really like to see that. I'd really love to see that in form in my life. Anybody? So I'll wait for a minute and see. Lots of you are getting rain. We need some rain here. That's something I want to manifest for them, although I don't want it raining today on those runners and walkers. Kelly has a prayer request for Barbara. Yes, you mentioned that yesterday. She is elderly and lives alone in a trailer in a remote area. She lost internet for several days last week, finally has it back, but currently has no water. Oh dear. Yes, let's lift Barbara up and pray that she comes in here today since she has her internet back, and maybe she can receive some love from us and manifest her water coming back on. Kathleen, you want Hotto Bear with children at St. Jude Hospital. That is a big, beautiful dream. I love that for you and for Hotto Bear. All right, so who else has a dream? Good morning, Jill Mershon. Who has a dream that has not come to fruition yet? And I add that yet in there because that's important when we're thinking about manifesting. It's important not to give up on it. It's important to keep it really fresh in your mind. And that's why I'm asking the question. Kim, my business to grow, my book to come back out. I wrote, and more freedom for large animals, freedom and peace for all animals and humanity. Love your dream, Kim. I love that vision. So let's hold that. Let's hold it fresh. All right, who else wants to put your dream out there? What do you have up here that you haven't been able to see come to fruition yet? And I'm adding those words in yet. We need to make an acronym. Remember how Marietta makes all those beautiful acronyms out of words? This is a short one, yet, Y-E-T. Who can make an acronym out of yet that goes with manifesting? Kathy, yes, my dream for us to sell this home and downsize to a simpler but financially comfortable way of life. It's a work in progress and involves several steps. Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up, Kathy, because when we think about manifesting, it's very important to see the outcome, see it from the end. And this is a Neville Goddard teaching, see it from the end. So when you are visualizing it, when you're thinking of it, hold that outcome fresh in your mind. Hold it like you've already got it, like you're seeing it now. So all of these that we're looking at, everybody that's sharing your visions, your dreams, I want you to see it from the end. See Otto Bear there. See the children at St. Jude's holding Otto Bear. Kim, see your book. Hold it in your hand. See people holding it, reading it, contacting you and sharing with you what they think about it. So see the outcome and hold that instead of how am I going to get there? Because when we start worrying about the how or thinking about the how, then we lose sight of that outcome. We're too busy focused on what do I do instead of, oh, I've got this. My friend Karen, many of you know Karen Palmer, she says, lose the how and get ready for the wow. And interestingly, I just had to remind her of that recently when I was talking to her. I do life coaching, I do business coaching. And so one of the things I do is use that statement, lose the how. Just stop worrying and focusing on what am I going to do or how am I going to get this? Because when we focus on the outcome like it's already a done deal, we don't have to worry about the steps. Spirit takes care of that. The energy takes care of itself. Kelly, my dream is to be well enough to travel and see the world with my family. I love your dream. And so let's see that. Let's see that outcome. Where are you going to go? Where are some of the places that you would like to travel to? Hold those in your mind. See the sights already that you are standing there looking at them and bring it to fruition. And this is something that I'm speaking from experience because when I first was introduced to Paramahansa Yogananda, he is one of my mentors and spirit guides, I knew that I needed to go to India. I needed that. My soul needed that. It needed to be more in touch with him. So I held that dream. For 30 years, I held that dream. I never gave up on it. And then the opportunity showed up where I was able to go. And I never focused on how am I going to do this? What do I need to do this? That was never my focus. My focus was I'm going to be there. I'm going to walk that land. I'm going to feel the energy. I'm going to listen to the people. I'm going to hear the native language being spoken. That was what I focused on. Focus on the outcome And that was before I even knew about Neville Goddard. That's what I was doing already. So when I listened to Neville teaching it and saying, just focus on the outcome, see it, it's already happened, see it real, then I was able to really bring it into fruition by knowing that I had already done the work. I'd already put the work in to see the dream in reality. Who else? Jim, my dream is to have that homestead with lots of land to support friends and animals that need a place to live. I love that, Jim, and I would definitely come and visit you on that homestead. Kathy says, each day I look at homes for sale in South Carolina, looking at homes that I can picture us living our best life. There you go. You know, this is why vision boards are so powerful, because you see the outcome of what you want, whether that's a home, a car, travel, whatever it might be. Make that vision board. I've made several vision boards. I've taught with Michelle Landers. We teach how to do vision boarding. And I remember one of the vision boards I made, I had a Buddha on there. I had an airplane. I had pictures of the places that I have recently visited out of the country. So vision boards do hold a big energy because they're sharing the outcome, not the steps. They're giving you what your vision is, what you want to see real. So I encourage everyone, if you've never done a vision board before, maybe look at doing one. And you can start with a small one. Start with a small 8 by 11 piece of paper and put on there things that are in your dream, whatever your dream is that you're holding. Well, thank you all for sharing. I know not everybody did, but the ones that did, we're going to hold your dream with you. We're gonna be right here supporting. We're the cheerleaders that cheer you on while your dream comes to fruition. Good morning, Holly. Thank you for being here. All right. Well, do you all want story time? Because we can certainly do that, and that'll lift our vibration maybe a little bit. Oh, Pat, your dream is to live nearer to your sister. I love your sister. She is a breath of fresh air, and the two of you together are dynamite. You really are. You guys, this could be a comedy team, these two. They are so funny, Pat and Sue. And I just love the energy when the two of you are together. So hold that in your mind, Pat, of just seeing her every day, walking out the house and maybe down the street and being with her and doing things together. Oh, thank you, Kathleen, for being here. All right, so let's do story time. I love story time every morning. And today's story is called The Call of the Sea. Kathy says, I still have the one from years ago we made together, the vision board, and I really should do another one. Yeah. You know, you don't have to do them at the first of the year. You can do them anytime. Anytime you want to refresh your dream or keep it in front of you, it's good to do a vision board. All right. The quote today is from Tagore, which I dearly love. You can't cross the sea merely by standing and staring at the water. Oh my gosh, this goes right along with manifesting, doesn't it? There are moments in life when we can see the dream clearly in front of us, yet still remain frozen on the shoreline. We stand there staring at the vast sea between where we are and where we long to be. We pray about it, think about it, talk about it, and imagine what it would feel like to finally arrive on the other side. But dreams are not fulfilled through observation alone. At some point, the soul must decide to move. The angels often remind me that insight is only the beginning of transformation. Awareness opens the door, but action is what carries us through it. So many people wait until they feel completely ready before taking the first step. They wait for certainty, guarantees, or signs that there will be no storms ahead. Yet life rarely unfolds that way. Faith is not standing safely on the shore while demanding proof the waters are calm. Faith is stepping forward even when the waves feel intimidating. I think about the many times in my life when fear tried to convince me to stay where it was comfortable. Beginning the Peace on Earth tour required leaving behind familiarity. Traveling across the country and later into other nations meant stepping into unknown territory again and again. There were moments of exhaustion, uncertainty, and vulnerability. Yet every beautiful encounter, every sacred blessing, every soul touched along the journey happened because I was willing to leave the shore. The sea itself becomes a spiritual teacher. It does not reward hesitation, it responds to movement. A boat tied permanently to the dock never fulfills its purpose. Likewise, the human spirit was never meant to remain trapped in fear, endlessly analyzing possibilities without living them. Sometimes the crossing is external, changing careers, beginning a ministry, healing a relationship, traveling somewhere new, or pursuing a dream long buried beneath doubt. Other times, the crossing is internal. It may mean releasing old pain, forgiving someone, speaking your truth, or finally believing you are worthy of joy. The angels whisper that stagnation drains the soul more than failure ever could. We were created to expand, to learn, and to evolve. Even mistakes become stepping stones when we are moving forward with intention. So, dear angels, how do we find the courage to leave the safety of the shore? Dear ones, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the willingness to trust that your soul was made for more than standing still. Every great awakening begins with movement. The sea before you may appear vast, but the divine walks upon those waters with you. Do not wait for perfect certainty before beginning your journey. The first step creates the path. The moment you choose movement over paralysis, heavenly forces begin aligning to support your expansion. Trust the call within your spirit. You were never meant to remain anchored in limitation. You were born to cross oceans. The angels whisper, sometimes the miracle is not found on the distant shore, but in the sacred moment you finally choose to leave the one you have outgrown. So today, I promise to wade into the water and allow the experience. This particular message, I think, is one to be heard over and over again. This is something that if I had it on a recording, I would play it every day. I would play this message from the angels every day. And I love this angel whisper, so I'm going to put it up on the screen. Sometimes the miracle is not found on the distant shore, but in the sacred moment, you finally choose to leave the one you have outgrown. And it's the fear that holds us back. It's fear of stepping into that water. It's fear that what's familiar will go away. And then what's going to happen? I'll be left wading water and and not knowing which way to turn, right? That's a big fear when we think about manifesting, when we think about bringing something to us that maybe we've never experienced before. I had never experienced international travel. That was my first time to go out of the country. Well, I went to Egypt and I went to India and I went to the UK. I didn't know what that was going to feel like, but I did it. And yeah, it was a little intimidating. It wasn't scary. I wasn't afraid at all, but it was like, oh, I'm leaving the place where I know how to get around. I know how to drive here in America. I know how to navigate and use my GPS to get where I need to go. But in those places I went to, I didn't. I didn't know how to get from point A to point B, and I had to depend on other people for transportation. So it's that moment that you finally release that need to hold on, the need to have a crutch, whether that's something to touch, some thought that you have to have, something to help you, whatever it is, that's the fear of stepping out of the familiar zone and into your dream, your vision, and bring it to reality, is that moment when you say yes, your sacred yes. I will let go. I will let go, God. I'll put the crutches down. When the angels and God brought me Time Heals and I channeled that through, the first thing they said before the channeling happened was put down the crutches. Put down those crutches that you think you need something, that you have to have something in place before the miracle can happen. Let go of the crutches. That was their words to me. And I did. I laid down the crutches and I said, okay, I'm ready. I'm willing. I'm saying my yes. And it happened. All right, so let's see what's going on. Julie Kiss came in. Good morning, Julie, and Linda Lemieux. So glad that you're here. And Kathy said, some of the things on my board have happened, but some of the things on there are no longer part of my dreams. That can happen too. It's no longer important to you. And maybe that's why it didn't come to fruition, because it wasn't part of your divine alignment and your divine plan this lifetime. Kathy says, it seems my largest obstacle is Bob's fear or doubt that we will have enough to retire and live comfortably. That's a fear. And I can't wave a magic wand and say, okay, just let go of that fear, because it's something that is there in your mind, a belief. Just know that beliefs can change. You can look at them and say, do I fully believe that? Am I fully invested in that thought, in what that is saying? And where is that fear coming from? Yes, absolutely, Kathy. Retirement doesn't mean that you have to stop producing, that you have to stop bringing in anything. All right, so Kuan Yin is going to chime in here. And this is the loving push. Sacred grandmother will nudge you when you need to take a step, comfort you when you become uncertain, and provide the means for you to move towards your destination, which is, of course, your divine destiny. When you feel the divine pushing, you leap. That's simple. When you feel that nudge from spirit, and sometimes they're relentless. Sometimes they're like knocking on your noggin saying, hey, are you listening? Are you paying attention to us? Because we're pushing, but you are resisting, or you're just standing still and choosing not to do something. When you say the word can't, as in I can't, and I'm not talking physically can't, If there's a physical limitation, then of course there are things that you can't do. But if the angels are nudging you to take a step forward and you're still standing there or sitting, digging in, being the stubborn bull like I am, there's nothing they can do to help you. But if you hear that nudge, if you have heard it over and over again and they keep giving you the signs, then that's on you. That's you doing your can't, which is really, I choose not to. That's what can't is. So listen to the nudges. Listen to what the angels are saying to you. Listen to what your spirit guides are telling you. So speaking of spirit guides, I'm going to read the daily message from Yogananda. It is a leap of faith, Kathy. That's what it's all about, is stepping out of our comfort zones. All right, today is the 25th, and Yogananda is talking about wisdom. The greatest thing you can do to cultivate true wisdom is to practice the consciousness of the world as a dream. If failure comes, say, it is a dream. Then shut off the thought of failure from your mind. In the midst of negative conditions, practice opposition by thinking and acting in a positive, constructive way. You know, one thing that Neville teaches is called revision. And I've been doing more of that lately. So if you tried something and it didn't work the way you wanted it to work, then what you do is envision that it did. Hold a thought, hold a positive outcome to it, like it did happen the way you wanted it to. And Neville suggests doing this at night when you're reviewing your day, when you're thinking about the things that happened, that took place, and maybe there were some things that were disappointing, some things that didn't show up the way you wanted them to or didn't show up at all. He says do a revision of that. And when you're thinking about your day and you're doing the reflection, think of it like it did happen and see it real, feel it real, hold the emotion of having it already. And that is one of the things that will bring your dream faster to you, is if you can get into the thought of, okay, it did happen. It happened the way I wanted it to happen. And it's not fantasy, it's creation. So think of it that way. I'm going to see it real. I'm going to see it the way I want to see it and bring it into the form that it needs to be for me to say, yeah, there it is. There's the evidence of it. Okay, well, wonderful time together talking about manifesting this morning, and everybody got on board, Kuan Yin, Yogananda, and we'll do a couple of pages before we do our prayer time. So Whispers of Joy, this is the wonderful whispers that the angels gave us last year. It's in book form, and it's little. You can carry it with you. You can stick it in your purse, in your backpack, in your car, by your bed, and just open it up to a page and see what it shows you. What's it saying to you? Thank you, Deirdre, for giving us our prayer. Let's do 2 whispers. So somebody give me 2 pages, and we'll get on with our day after that. Anybody got a number for me? Okay, no numbers. So let's go with okay, there we go. Linda's got a number. Page 16. Perfect, Linda. Your dreams are not far away. They are within you, waiting for the warmth of belief and the sunlight of love to awaken them. Your dreams are not far away. They're right there. They're inside of you. So stop thinking of them as out there somewhere. One day is not a date on a calendar. The dreams are right there with you. So hold them close, hold them tight. And page 22 for Jim. I know I said we're only going to do 2, but I see more numbers than 2. Page 22. Your power is not in what you control, it is in what you remember. You are divine, eternal, and radiant. Shine, dear one, shine. I love that, and I love that for you, Jim. Shine, yeah, because that's what we're here for, to shine that light. And again, your power is not in what you control. Your power is in your faith, your trust, your belief, your knowingness that you are worthy and you are deserving. For YS, I don't know what YS is. Okay, Andrea, Kathleen, page 6. Your truth is your light. Let it blaze boldly. The world needs your authenticity more than your approval. Be who you came here to be, unapologetically, unshakably, beautifully you. Your truth is your light. And that's what people see. They see your light. So Kathleen, let that light shine bright. That Hado Bear's light shine bright. Okay, so Andrea, page 8. And then Kathy says, oh, can you pick one from the angels for us? Okay, so that'll be the last one that I do after page 8 for Andrea. Remember, dear ones, that the path forward is not about eliminating fear, but about moving through it with grace and faith. Each step you take, guided by love and gentle hands of us, your angels, is a step towards your biggest self. Fear is merely a part of the experiences of life, not its entirety. Embrace it as a teacher, not a tyrant. As you continue on your journey, may you feel the gentle wings of angels at your back, pushing you towards the light. May you find the courage within to move, to grow, to become. And may each fear you face be a step closer to the divine love that awaits you at every turn. That was a beautiful one. And I was thinking page 25 for the date. Today is the 25th. So that'll be from the angels for everybody. Rise with the sun and shine with your soul. You are not who you were. You are who you choose to become in this sacred now. One breath, one choice, one miracle at a time. That's what we'll end with the angel whispers. And I love that one. That's on page 25. It's the third message down. If anybody wants to mark it, I'm going to read it again because it was so good. Rise with the sun and shine with your soul. You are not who you were. You are who you choose to become in this sacred now. One breath, one choice, one miracle at a time. I do love that. And I love that for all of us. So thank you. Thank you, all of you who chose pages for us to listen to this morning of the Angel Whispers. What a beautiful moment together. All right, so it is prayer time. If you have a prayer, you have something that's on your heart that you would like us to lift up to God for you, just put it in the prayers, put it in the messages. I'd like to ask all of us to wrap our arms around all of the participants today in this Boulder Marathon and just give them the strength, give them the fortitude. I know they've been practicing and working. I've seen so many runners and people out riding their bikes and walkers. And I know it's huge. This is a huge event here in the area. So I'm asking for your support and your prayers as people walk their journey today and participate in this marathon. Prayers for Brandy, prayers for Barbara. Anybody going through a physical journey right now, your physical repairs that are either happened, or will happen. Anybody who's struggling emotionally, spiritually, financially, whatever that may be, we lift you up at this time. So let's go into our hearts together and just breathe in love, breathe in the comfort of knowing that you're not alone. The angels are surrounding us as we hold each other tight and use that energy of being together to bring these prayers forward to the Creator. So God, right now, we just implore that you hear our prayers. We ask God to be lifted with your love. We ask to be shown the power of faith, of trust. And God, I just pray for those who are going through a physical journey of needing some type of revision, some type of prayer. I pray for those who are struggling emotionally, mentally, spiritually. May we all remember who we are. May we remember our magnificence, and that you put that spark inside of us, that spark of love, which is what we were created by. God, I just want to lift each person hearing my voice right now. May each one feel that Master's touch. Thank you for Jesus, who walks with us, who understands us. Thank you for Divine Mother, who holds us and nurtures us. Thank you for the miracles you've already brought forth in this world. And God, we trust and believe that if we were nudged with a desire and a dream, that is possible for us to be brought to fruition. And we thank you already for the outcome. We pray for peace on our earth. We pray for those who are in charge of nations, that they will turn their hearts toward peace, toward honoring human life, and respecting each one with dignity. We love you, God. We thank you for being our Creator. We thank you for the life that you've given, for the breath that you've given, for the opportunity of this new day and what we can bring forth in it. Thank you for this family. Thank you for each person who is an integral part of this family. And may we always hold each other in love. Thank you. We love you. Om Shanti, Om Peace, and Amen. All right. It is Leo time. Leo and Brookie. I haven't seen either one of them in here yet, but we'll listen to them anyway and get their energy and their love. And of course, sweet little baby Max, who's no longer a baby, he's a young man. All right, so here we go. Get ready to jam out with Brookie and Leo. Oh, tell me it's not going to do this again. Well, let's go into our hearts. It's going to do it again. Okay. That means wait on the thumbs. Slow down your breathing. All right, let me stop it. I don't know what the glitch is that it won't play on the computer, but anyway, we'll play it this way.
There was a time when I didn't know what to do. I'd focus my mind on things that just make me blue. No reason to run, making the negative true. I didn't know what else to do, but then I found my groove. We're going up, we're playing up, I think I'm playing up, everything from the deep, bringing us down.
Brookie. And Leo. You know, wings to fly. Thank you. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Brookie. And thank you for jumping in for a minute. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And Leo is here with us. Oh, I love you all so much. Whatever you're doing today, just remember to shine your light. I love you. Stay in your heart. Stay blessed. Be amazing today. Bye for now.